Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Senator John McCain.
I'm always grateful for the opportunity and pleased to be in the company of Americans who have had the burden of serving our country in distant lands and the honor of having proved your patriotism in difficult circumstances. As you may know, I was blessed to have been born into a family who made their living at sea in defense of our security and ideals. My grandfather was a naval aviator, my father a submariner. And it was nearly preordained that I would find a place in my family's profession, and that occupation would one day take me to war. Such was not the case for many of you. Your ambitions may not have led you to war. The honors you sought were not kept hidden on battlefields. Many of you were citizen soldiers. You answered the call when it came, took up arms for your country's sake, and fought to the limit of your ability. Because you believed America's security was as much your responsibility as it was the professional soldiers. And when you came home, you built a better country than the one you inherited. It is a privilege and an honor to be in your company. As President, I will do everything in my power to ensure that those who serve today and those who have served in the past have access to the highest quality health, mental health, and rehabilitative care in the world. The disgrace of Walter Reed must not be forgotten. Neither should we accept a situation in which veterans are denied access to care due to great travel distances, backlogs of appointments, years of pending disability evaluation and claims. I believe we should give veterans the option to use a simple plastic card to receive timely and accessible care at a convenient location through a provider of their choosing. We should no longer tolerate requiring veterans to make an appointment, to stand in line for substandard care of the injuries you have suffered to keep our country safe. When I was 5 years old, a car pulled up in front of our house in New London, Connecticut, and a Navy officer rolled down the window and shouted at my father that the Japanese had bombed Pearl Harbor. My father immediately left for the submarine base where he was stationed. I rarely saw him again for 4 years. My grandfather, who commanded the Fast Carrier Task Force under Admiral Halsey, came home from the war exhausted from the burdens he had borne and died the next day. In Vietnam, where I formed the closest friendships of my life, some of those friends never came home to the country they loved so well. I detest war. It might not be the worst thing to befall human beings, but it is wretched beyond all description. As we meet in Iraq and Afghanistan, American soldiers, Marines, sailors, and airmen fighting bravely and tenaciously in battles that are as dangerous, difficult, and consequential as the great battles of our armed forces' storied past. As we all know, the American people have grown sick and tired of the war in Iraq. I understand that. Of course, I too have been made heartsick by the many mistakes made by civilian and military commanders and the terrible, terrible price we paid for them. But we cannot react to those mistakes by embracing a course of action that will be an even greater mistake, a mistake of colossal historical proportions which will, and I am sure of this, seriously endanger the security of the country I have served all my adult life. Our defeat in Iraq would be catastrophic not just for Iraq but for us. I cannot be complicit in it. I will do whatever I can, whether I am effective or not, to help avert it. That is all I can offer. It's a sad and hard thing to ask so much more of Americans who have already given more than their fair share to the defense of our country. Few of them and their families will have received the news about additional and longer deployments without aiming a few appropriate complaints in the general direction of people like me, who helped make the decision to send them there. And then they shouldered a rifle and risked everything, to accomplish their mission, to protect another people's freedom and our own country from harm. It is a privilege beyond measure to live in a country served by them. I have lived a long, eventful, and blessed life. I have had the good fortune to know personally a great many brave and selfless patriots who sacrificed and shed blood to defend America. But I have known none braver, none better, those who do so today. They are our inspiration, as I suspect all of you were once theirs. And I pray to a loving God